So I'm calling, let's see. I just called the Section 8 waitlist lady, and I was directed to public housing. And when she transferred me, it rang for like 100 times, and then it went to voicemail. And then when I would try and leave a voicemail, it would cut me off in the middle and ask if I was done recording. So I don't think that I left a voicemail. So I'm calling back.
Thank you for calling the King County Housing Authority's centralized application center of the Public Housing Department. Our mailing address is 20126 Ballinger Way, Northeast, PMB 151, Shoreline, Washington 98155. Our phone number is 206-574-1248. Please listen carefully to the following options so that your call can be properly directed. Please press 9 at any time to return to the main menu. If you would like to apply for public housing or to report a change in your family situation, please press 1. For our eligibility requirements, please press 2. For information, applicants must meet income and family composition requirements, as well as other eligibility criteria established by King County Housing Authority. Families with children, elderly people age 62 and over, and disabled people are given priority on the waiting list. To speak with a representative, please press 0.
Okay, I'm curious what other criteria is. It's so vague. So unbelievable. Oh my god. It's so crazy. They're literally not answering. You have to wait.
Please leave a message for Central Applications voicemail. After the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording, hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Hi there. My name is Michelle. So I'm just curious about what the eligibility requirements are. If you can talk to me about that or explain what those are.
So the basic requirements to get on the wait list, you would need to be either senior citizens, age 55 or over, or disabled, or head of a household with children.
Okay.
Basically, as long as you fit one of those categories, you would just need to fill out an application and we can get you on the wait list.
Okay. And then what does the wait list look like? Is it what is the timeline for that?
So it is long. The average right now is 2 to 5 years. It depends a bit on what wait list choices you make and how many people in your household. Our properties are around King County, except for Seattle. It is permanent. There's no time limit. And the rent will be based on your income, so it'd be about a third of that. But yeah, there are a lot more applicants than homes, and so there is a long wait at this point.
And so then once I get on a wait list, and I'm a single mom, and so I think that I would meet the basic requirements. So then what do I need once I am at the front of the line? How do I get through the eligibility and qualification process?
So at the beginning, all you need to do is fill out the application. As long as we get a complete one that looks like you're eligible, we'll put you on the list.
Right.
When you get near the top of the list toward the end, then we would go through and check your situation in detail to make sure that you're eligible. And there'd be a few things that they check at that point.
What are those?
Would verify your...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sure. So they'd verify your income. They do, so there's a criminal background check. They'll do a credit check, although it's not, that's strictly for housing things, like if you owe a landlord money, if you have evictions on your record.
So you can't have so we're applying for, like, public housing and we can't have evictions or owe monies to landlords? Like, that's part of the problem for getting us not being able to get into, like, regular places.
It's not that you can't have it necessarily, but it is something that they would look at. So, there's kind of part of the process where if like something gets flagged that it looks like there's a problem, they would review it, and it's all considered on a case-by-case basis. Mm-hmm. So, people can still get approved. But the thing is that up front, I can't give you a definite answer because we don't get to that point till you're kind of closer to the top, and they
right. But if I knew ahead of time and I could plan over the next 2 years to get myself into a position to get qualified, like, to me that is more logical than waiting 2 to 5 years and then coming up and then saying, oh, you need this, and it's going to take me 6 months to get, and then I've missed my opportunity. Do you know what I mean?
I understand. I mean, the reason that we do it that way, as far as, not checking the details up front, mm-hmm. is because it does take work, both on your part and ours.
Well, it doesn't take work to just know, like, what do I need to be able to bring to the table? Like, that's not work you just have to give me a list and then I'll work on it. Like, can you tell me, like once I get to the front of the line, what my income requirements for 2 people, like, it's just my daughter and me. And so, like, can I have a job? Can I, like?
Yes.
Okay, so I can work.
So after the basic eligibility, the next thing is that there's 5 preferences, and they would need to show that you have at least one of those preferences.
Okay.
So it can be if you have a very low income. So for 2 people, very low income for this year would be $26,600 or mm-hmm. less. But if you don't have that preference, there's still 4 others. So those would be if you're homeless or at risk of homelessness.
Okay.
If you are rent-burdened, which means...
So I have a question. So what is the definition for... Because I've seen a couple of different definitions for homeless. So then what is the definition that you guys use for the public housing? Is it couch surfing qualifies?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, if you're not in a place that's sort of permanent housing, okay. So if you're couch surfing, if you're in a shelter, if you're doubled up with friends or relatives, you don't have to be literally on the street or something. Mm-hmm. Those would still qualify as homeless, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, sorry, continue.
Yeah. So the other preferences would be if you're rent burden, which means if you're paying more than half your income on housing costs. If you're involuntarily displaced from your home, like natural disaster or landlord selling the building, or if you're in substandard housing, like without proper kitchen and bathroom facilities. Mm-hmm. As long as you have at least one of those preferences, doesn't matter which one or how many, mm-hmm. That would kind of be one of the next things they would look to document. There's a few things. They have to make sure that you're either a citizen or eligible non-citizen. They would ask for your landlord history, or if you've been homeless, they do what's called a homeless certification instead. But there's a few things. It's kind of hard to go through everything off the top of my head here. I'm just looking at this.
Right. Is there a list? That's what I'm saying. Like, if there's like a list that I could reference, it would be much easier than like having to wait and then try and figure this out. Like, I'm trying to put my life back together, and I'm finding it really difficult because nobody can actually give me like definitive answers on like what I'm supposed to be doing or how to qualify or like time. Like there's just no like process. Sorry, grab another pen.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. There's not kind of one set list. Part of it is that it depends a little bit from one situation to another. So in your case, it sounds like you would be eligible based on being parent of a child. Mm-hmm. So, like then something that applies to people with disabilities or senior citizens, those things would not apply to you probably. Mm-hmm. So it depends a little bit from one situation to the next. It certainly doesn't hurt to get on the wait list. If you've been couch surfing, then you would qualify as homeless. So that would get you on the preference list. But yeah, because it's a long wait, that's why we don't do the whole review up front, because it does take time.
But can you give me once I'm at the front of the line and I've met the preferences, and then you're going to pull a credit check, and you're going to, like, I can pass the criminal check, no problem. I'm not a criminal. But I have stuff on my credit. And so that's the part where I'm feeling like I need more clarification on how to get into housing. Are there things on my credit that, like, I have like $10,000 to past landlords because of domestic violence, and so do they take those things into consideration?
They would look at it, but so that part of the process, if it's because of domestic violence, you would certainly have a chance to explain that. And there's kind of two chances for you to explain the situation, to say what's been going on, or if something's changed, or basically do an appeal and state your case. But those things are all considered on a case-by-case basis. So on one hand, I understand that makes it frustrating, but on the other hand, that's why I can't give you a definite yes or no. If you owe money to past landlords, that's probably something that would come up, but it's not necessarily going to keep you out of public housing.
Okay, and what if I'm currently living in domestic violence and need, like, emergency help? Is there anything that you can offer?
So we don't have emergency resources here. I can give you a couple numbers for, like, domestic violence organizations as far as housing. Also, when you're doing the preferences, domestic violence is included in the displaced preference. So if that's got you displaced or fleeing someone, you can put that on your application. That will also get you on the preference list.
I'm currently living in domestic violence. It's not even my husband. It's another family's domestic violence. And so, I've been in touch with domestic violence programs for about 5 years now, and I haven't really been able to get very far with them for housing.
Okay. So the two that I have numbers for are LifeWire and Dawn. I don't know if you've talked to them already.
Yeah, I meet with LifeWire every week.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm actually part of a study through LifeWire that tracks homelessness after domestic violence, and they watched me go from housed to homeless. So I'm not really sure that LifeWire is helpful. And then I think Dawn is the one that has a closed wait list. I get numbers from people literally every day and follow up. Is there anything else that you can help me with? Can you give me more information on, like, once I do get up to the front of the line, like, what are they looking for? Is there a certain, like, debt income to, like, whatever that is, like, credit score wise? Are they looking for something specific?
No, so they're not looking for, like, consumer credit issues. They're not looking at your credit score. They're not looking at, there's no minimum income requirement. So that, they're not looking at debt to income ratio. It will only be for housing stuff.
Okay.
So it will only be, eviction or mowing money to landlord. If you have other credit card debt or you have a low credit score, that's not going to affect your application here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but if there is monies to landlords that's owed, it could affect my ability to get in. And so, can you help me find someone that can help me remedy this in the next 2 to 5 years, so that once I'm because I have no job and I have no house, and so it's hard to pay for an attorney to help with these things. And so is there someone that you can refer me to help with, like, I've got an appointment with the Eastside Legal Aid, but it's a 30-minute and there's no representation. So I don't think that this is going to be solved in 30 minutes. Do you guys have other services that can help me with this?
I don't think we do here. There's a couple of nonprofits I could suggest maybe, as far as helping with something like that. One would be, like, Washington Community Action Network. They might be able to help with something like that. Another one would be Columbia Legal Services. I don't know if you've talked to them already.
I think I talked with them probably like 5 years ago, but I'm going to try them back.
Okay.
Columbia Legal Services?
Let me see if I've got a number for them. We don't have it handy.
I probably can Google it.
Yeah, they should be on. They should be online. I think it's Columbia Legal. And I want to say their office is in Pioneer Square, but I think that they cover the whole state. Washington Community Action Network, I'm pretty sure I do have their number.
Okay.
There's also the Tenants Union of Washington, but I'm not sure if they would be as suited for that or not.
What is it called?
The Tenants Union of Washington.
Okay.
So Washington Community Action Network, their number is 206 389 0050.
Okay.
And Tenants Union, I can give you the number if you like.
Okay, that would be great.
Sure. It's 206 723 0500.
Okay, awesome.
Actually, another one that comes to mind is Solid Ground, if you tried them.
I have not heard of them before.
So they're in Wallingford, but that might be that might be a good one to check with in your case. So the number I have is for their tenant services, but I can give you that.
Okay.
It's 206 694 6767.
Awesome.
So they kind of deal with a few different issues, including housing, but they might be a group that would be worth checking with as well.
Okay, I'll give them a call. And can you tell me your name again, please?
I'm John.
John, thank you so much, John. I appreciate your help.
Okay, no problem.
Right,
Take care.
Thanks. Bye. Okay. So I now have 3 different places to call to help with my credit repair because that's going to prevent me from getting into public housing. So fucking crazy.